Hi everybody, I'm Mary Carol Gislin. Welcome to my class. This is How to Survive Freshman English. Make sure you subscribe and get all my videos, okay? All right, today's lesson, another short one, is what to do with paraphrases in my paper. Paraphrases, maybe this is not a word you've heard before. Paraphrasing or a paraphrase is when you take someone else's words and you describe them in your own words. So in other words, you're talking about someone else's idea. This is still a situation in your paper in which you must footnote it. So you have to, even if you put it in your own words, you've got it in a paragraph, the end of the paragraph or the end of that sentence, you're going to put your footnote and you still have to tell who the person was who originally stated that idea. Very important, if you don't do this, it is called plagiarizing. That means you're stealing people's ideas and trying to pass them off as your own, and that will get you kicked out of school, so don't let that happen to you. A lot of students don't realize that when they're paraphrasing, they still have to put the footnote in, even if it isn't a direct or an exact quote. And even if you didn't use quotation marks, you still have to cite that paraphrasing. Now, I used the same quotes here, for example, that I used in the last lesson on how to handle quotes. And so I'm going to give you a couple examples of how you might paraphrase these, okay? The first quote, they're both from Winston Churchill. First quote is, "Things are not always right because they are hard, but if they are right, one must not mind if they are also hard." And the next quote is, "If you are going through hell, keep going." All right, let's say you had these quotes and you wanted to use them in your paper, but you were just going to paraphrase. You still have to put the citation at the end of the paragraph, footnote at the bottom of the paper. But let's give you an example of what a paraphrase might sound like, okay? Okay, paraphrasing is putting someone else's words into your own words. Here you go. "We can see the author's life staying true to his sworn loyalties, as he distinguished many times between the hard effort that was not right and the right effort that was nevertheless hard." Period. Little number 3, or whatever number your footnote's going to be. I'm going to read that one more time for you. This is paraphrasing this quote. I put it in my own words, still have to cite it. Here it goes. "We can see the author's life staying true to his sworn loyalties, as he distinguished many times between the hard effort that was not right and the right effort that was nevertheless hard." Period. Okay, that's a paraphrase. But you can tell clearly I'm using somebody else's words. I'm talking about something someone else said. All right? I've got another paraphrase for you of this quote. "If you are going through hell, keep going." Here's another one, okay? "We see him internalizing his dad's advice in the episode in which he was fired. Despite the humiliation and fear for his future, he kept marching through hell, recollecting as best he could his dad's quote from his hero, Churchill." Now, notice what I did there. I actually said Churchill in this. That's a way of giving credit right in the sentence. You can do that if you like. That's another way of doing it. I paraphrased, but I also made it very clear that I was talking about someone else's words. I'll read that to you one more time. "We see him internalizing his dad's advice in the episode in which he was fired. Despite the humiliation and fear for his future, he kept marching through hell, recollecting as best he could his dad's quote from his hero, Churchill." All right, very good. That's all for today. Next lesson will be how to create your bibliography and what's the difference between a bibliography and a works cited list. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.